Rain sure made travel difficult, but we're still expecting a full house at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. And off we go from Denver. And the Mile High air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This pass caught by Hamler. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The Tuck roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Going to the air, Tagovailoa into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. What's no secret, he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Well, these two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Hines. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now, it's Thomas. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is Thomas. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 45 on 2nd down. Tua, open man Hamler, that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll run on 1st down. Thomas, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Chris Jones on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Play action. Now it's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Now Thomas. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Tua going to throw. Got a man. It's Judy complete. Touchdown. Jerry Judy touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggle. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Sheldon Richardson able to get him for a loss of about 3.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hines. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Buying time to his left. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return will stop right around the 25. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take the ball all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They run with Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. This to Hines on the drop-off. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Finds Hines again for the completion. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Olivier Vernon racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes being chased out left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd and goal from just outside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Tua sets up to pass it.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Tua. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. This is Hines. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A tackle made there by Caden Stearns. Still 9 remaining on second down.
They run again with Hines. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards...
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
To his throw, taken in by Sutton.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Thomas. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Switch.
Looking to pass. Tua. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And the punt team is out there. It's not 4th down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They begin the drive with Hines. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Edwards-Helaire. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
56.
On third down, it's Hines. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
This pass caught by Hamler.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was